Excellent day, everyone. My name is Monica Nnoka, and I'm the More Coach. Welcome to day 7 of the More Challenge. Oh my God, can you believe this? We are we are here, day 7. Wow. It's a journey, really, right? And after day 8, we'll be having this really amazing webinar on how to become more. Is really important. It's going to be so insightful. So today we're going to be talking about choosing your feelings and taking actions. A lot of people are stuck in their feelings and stuck in their mood, that they are not taking actions. So we're going to be talking about how to get this done, get past this stage, and also to take the actions that make you successful. All right. So simply put, when you have feelings, it's called energy in motion. So emotions, energy in motion. So it's as powerful, even though thoughts, actually spark up your feelings, but guess what? It is the energy that you put in motion that now sets out a signal in the universe, right? And determines what your reality is, right? So, what energies are you putting out there? But what we want to talk about here really is how are these emotions affecting you from taking action, and how can we choose to choose the emotions that we want for ourselves, the feelings, so that we can do more in life and understand where these feelings come from. All right. So, the first thing we need to know is that we cannot really control the feelings that we have. That's first. All right. So, I'm saying that you can't control it, but you can choose which ones you want to dwell on. So, you are going to feel painful emotions when somebody does something really painful. You're going to feel anger, you're going to feel shame, you're going to feel guilt, fear, sadness, or other painful feelings or emotions. They play an important role in our lives, yes, and even in survival. It's just that sometimes we take it overboard, and then it now becomes a mood and turns into a personality, and that's where there is a problem. All right. So the question is, how can you now choose your feelings? So first of all, thoughts that come through your mind and your emotions and all of that and your feelings, they are pretty much like visitors that come into your channel. Remember, I said you're a channel, so they are pretty much like visitors. And so when they visit the channel, what you're supposed to do is actually observe them. All right. So what I usually do when I feel an emotion that I know that I'm not going to respond to a situation, I'm going to be reacting to that situation, I take a few steps backward and just in 5 minutes ask myself why I'm feeling this way. It's very important. Very, very important. So I ask myself, why am I feeling this way? Is there a reason for this? I look at what the impact is going to have. And I do that really quickly because this is a muscle. You don't just do it on the first day and you get it right, right? On the first day, in fact, when you try what I'm telling you to do, you may not even remember until you are done with it. But that's a good way to start, so you have start observing that this is what you're doing. All right. So the next thing I do is I ask myself, how can I regulate this to reduce the impact that this would have, right? And how to regulate it is really to understand that these emotions or feelings are like visitors. So allow the visitors to come and go. No visitor stays in your house permanently. So if you allow the visitor to leave when it's ready to go, and you still love yourself and understand that you and your emotions are not the same, so you identify the emotion, you can see the emotion, you step out of the emotion, and you allow that picture to just fade away, then you have started regulating that. So you identify what you were feeling. Was it anger? Was it a hatred? Was it jealousy? Was it, what were you feeling? What was that? Right? And then accept the fact that it came, right? Because it's very important for you to accept it. And the reason why I'm asking you to do all that is because if you do not accept that the emotions came, you're going to be resisting the emotions. And when you resist that feeling, it persists. It stays there for longer and begins to even become your way of being. And that's not what you want. All right. And your emotions affect the actions that you take, they affect the decisions that you take. So some of the emotions that we have, right, we used to have them when we were in survival mode, and that was okay, because when you were needed to be afraid of something, those emotions come up and put you in the flight or fear feeling. And when you wanted to write an exam, you felt the anxiety, and sometimes it make you go and read more or do what you need to do more, and that was okay. And then sometimes as a child, we, because of the feelings or the emotions, we go into coping mechanisms. So we take certain actions and we start acting that way so that we can reduce the way we feel, and that was okay. But right now, those emotions, those kind of emotions no longer serve us. So what we want to do is to identify them, regulate them, and look at the impact that those emotions are having. The feelings and emotions are innocent. They do not mean anything except to really put something to it and judge ourselves. All right. So you want to also keep a journal. So a journal is very good. It's important that you have a journal that you record these things, and then take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and stop yourself from the emotions. Now you need to regulate your feelings so that you are not in survival mode. So we're coming to the success part. So sometimes because we're in survival mode, we're not able to do the things that we're supposed to do. So watch that yourself so that you don't go into survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, because the brain is not designed to make you successful, it could keep you in your comfort zone and make sure that you do not go out of that zone to become the success that you want, or to reveal that which you are within. Where your greatness is, you do not express that place where your greatness is. So is your emotion stopping you from, or your feelings stopping you from doing what you're supposed to do to achieve what you are supposed to achieve? All right. Is it stopping you from being the best version of yourself? Is it stopping you from taking action when you should? Is it asking you to lie down and relax when you're supposed to be up and running and doing the things that you're supposed to do for yourself? Right? So ask yourself these questions. So today what we want to do is sit down and identify, just reflect and identify four of your predominant feelings that have come up, and try to identify the pattern. Is there a pattern to it? Number one, do you have feelings that make you do certain actions? Like, do you have feelings that take you on a shopping spree? Identify that, because that means the shopping spree is a coping mechanism of a repressed feeling. So identify those feelings that you have and ask yourself how you can replace the feelings with other feelings that you want for yourself. So when you feel a feeling, you ask yourself, is this what I want? And then you try to trace the thoughts that must have brought the feeling. So identify the feelings that you have been having predominantly, right, in the recent past. Identify it, and then identify what coping mechanisms you may have taken, like the shopping spree, When you feel fearful or you feel alone, what do you do? And all of that. What are those feelings? Write them out, and then also write out what you want to replace those feelings with. Right? So that's what our exercise for today is. Let me know how this panned out for you.